Basically, the Danish model is an inclusive model. In effect, that means that everyone that can work should work, and that is down to 1 hour, 1 hour of work per day or less.
We know that there are among 2/3 of persons with their self-assessed disabilities that are in the workforce currently. I think it's more than 80% of those are working in the ordinary labor markets.
장애와 비장애의 구분 없이 덴마크는 어떻게 그 변화를 이뤄낸 걸까요?
The flex job scheme, we have the flexi job scheme.
And that is what we call flexi.
장애인과 비장애인을 동등하게 대하며 노동시장에서 평등을 이끌어낸 덴마크. 과연 그들이 설계한 플렉스 잡은 어떤 제도일까요?
Then we have to go back to the 1990s. We had a period with relatively low economic activity in Denmark. The economy was growing very slowly and a lot of people were unemployed. And then gradually, during the 90s, the economy picked up and the labor market expanded. More persons relatively close to the labor market got a job. But a lot of people on the margins with some type of disability or some type of health problem still had great difficulties finding a job. Government around that time had decided, that something had to happen to help people with health problems and disabilities come closer to the labor market. The flex job scheme, it started in 1998 for persons with a serious and lasting reduction in work capacity. So it was a wage subsidy scheme to help these people find a job. It's very different how many hours. Some people only work 6, 8 or 10 hours a week. Some people work 25 or 30 hours a week. I think the greatest achievement is definitely that the flex job scheme helps many people with disabilities. And that can be physical disabilities, people sitting in a wheelchair, but also persons with mental illnesses. It helps such people find a job.
작년까지 플렉스잡 이용자 수는 꾸준히 늘고 있습니다. 구직 구인 활동 모두 활발한데요. 플렉스잡에 대한 노동자와 기업의 호응은 어디서부터 오는 걸까요?
So it's still a crucial part of the flexi-job scheme that the person is employed by an employer, and the employer pays the worker for the hours they work. In addition to this wage from the employer, they receive a subsidy from the municipality that equals their pay with their colleagues' pay.
Employs a person with a mental or physical impairment, then they only have to pay for the work hours that they can actually work. And they are normally also more steady because they have finally managed to land a flex job. So they stay in the business. They are sort of a steady kind of labor. They normally stay longer at their particular business. So that there is a strategy to pursue there.
플렉스잡을 통해 인력을 채용하는 현지 기업을 찾았습니다. 덴마크 최대 유통업체인 살링그룹. 일하는 직원 수만 약 4만 5천여 명에 이릅니다. 그중 2,500명은 플렉스잡을 통해 고용돼 각 지점에서 함께 일하고 있습니다.
Flexjob-ordningen har fandtes i Danmark i mange år, og er jo en ordning, som mange virksomheder kender godt til. Har vi en medarbejder, som for eksempel måske kun kan arbejde 4-6 timer om ugen, så kan det være, at den medarbejder kommer og løser en eller anden super vigtig opgave for os, som der lige er noget ekstra af en bestemt dag. Det kunne for eksempel være i vores delikatesseafdeling, hvor vi nogle dage sælger markant mere dansk smørbrød. Jamen så har vi måske en medarbejder, som kommer ind og løser den unikke opgave lige præcis den dag. Og det er jo rigtig vigtigt for os, at det bliver gjort. Så på den måde, så finder vi nogle løsninger, hvor det jo bliver bragt positivt i spil og bliver en god løsning for alle.
장애인도 일반 직원과 동일하게 일합니다. 업무 효율이 낮다면 기업이 근로량에 맞춰 임금을 지급하고 부족한 금액은 지자체가 지원합니다.
Så det er ikke sådan noget med, at det er meget faste kasser og rammer, hvad man kan blive ansat i flexjob. Slet ikke. Og det er meget forskelligt egentlig, hvad vores flexjobber laver rundt omkring i virksomheden. Vi har også nogle ansat i flexjob på vores hovedkontorer i kontorfunktioner, som sidder i nogle forskellige typer af job der, og andre ansat herude i vores varehus og butikker. Og så en anden vigtig ting er jo også, at når en medarbejdergruppe, team, sammensætning er forskellig, så skaber det også mere innovation, det skaber nye tanker, end hvis man har et team, hvor vi alle sammen ligner hinanden og tænker ens. Så det er også en af årsagerne til, at vi gerne vil sikre, at vi ikke alle sammen er fuldstændig ens og går og ligner hinanden alle sammen.
단 1시간이라도 노동의 가치를 둔 덴마크. 덕분에 장애인도 자신의 역량을 발휘하게 됐지만 지방정부의 재정 부담 또한 만만치 않은데요. 덴마크는 왜 이 제도를 지키는 걸까요?
Even though these people partially live from public subsidies, then they still contribute to the labor market. If we take, the perspective of public finances, then it's definitely better, I would say, to use the productivity. And it's also, I think, beneficial for these persons themselves because work is something that helps you, do something meaningful in life and be part of a social community. I imagine that career in Denmark is probably the same, that work is very important to feel that you have some kind of status, that you are part of something. And I've spoken to persons with disabilities, and they actually say that when you have a disability, work is even more important, they think, than it is among persons who don't have a disability. Because when you have a disability, you already feel, that you're outside of the labor market because you are different. And therefore, for those persons, it's even more important to have a job.